This is 830 Melanthi, and it's up here in Florissant, Missouri. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath with a little carport.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is a house that Mike and I just bought. We're standing in front of it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk through this property and we're gonna talk numbers. We're gonna talk how we found it, how we purchased it, what we plan to do to fix it up, and how we're gonna be able to add this to the portfolio of rentals that will cash flow, have equity, and the coolest part, we're gonna have none of our own money invested in this deal.
Oh yeah, man. So this is my favorite thing about real estate investing.
It's awesome.
I like wholesaling.
This is awesome.
I like wholesaling.
We just bought this house.
Buying properties without actually using any of my money because we're creating wealth, Dave. What's cool about creating wealth, guys, you don't pay taxes on it. Those big wholesale checks, that we make, we're paying taxes. And taxes is not my favorite thing to do. Is giving that money away. So let's talk about this one. This is 830 Melanthi, and it's up here in Florissant, Missouri. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath with a little carport. Dave, what did we pay for this? I think we paid like $80,000
for it. Here's the cool part.
Oh, this was a fun
one.
The
lead source. We always want to talk about the lead source, right? So the lead source was one of our lender's buddies that was a landlord, and the tenants were here for 4 or 5 years, and they moved out, and it was more than just like your $700 to $1,000 worth of work. It was like $3,000, maybe $4,000, like nothing crazy. Is that right?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Maybe 10 actually.
Yeah. Okay. But he didn't want to do the work. He didn't want to do the work. Too much for him. So he said, you know what? You want to buy
10,
it? Yeah. And he said, yeah. So he actually, the lender was like, I'll loan you the money to buy it. So we didn't have to come to closing with any money. Then the lender said, you know what? I'll even loan you money to fix it up. And great. And he saw...
I forgot about that part.
He saw more rehab than we did. So he's like, what do you need, like 20, 25? We're like, no, we only need like 10 or 15. How about 15? So we borrowed 95 to buy this. It's going to appraise for 120, 130. When we're done with it, we'll be able to refinance and get all our money back. Let's check it out. Dave,
Let's
I know
go
you're
walk it. Yeah, we got
a little bit of a...
So basically, we're looking at a 3-bedroom house here, right? Like I saw on a show, my buddy Pace and Jamil the other day, where they cut these cracks out whenever there's big cracks like this, and then they just fix the crack, which they just try to patch it, versus having to do new driveways.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Holy cow, I never thought of that. It's such a great idea.
It is a great idea.
And really, this isn't the best concrete, but when you have nicer concrete like this,
and there's a
it's
big crack,
and it's all like shifted. Oh my God, such a great tip. Very cool. All right, let's check this place out.
So outside, we actually, when we rolled up on this one, the first day we closed on it, there was a notice to clean the trash out on the door. It said clean up the yard, clean up the trash. So Jason came up like the next day, got the guys cleaned up outside, made the city happy with that. Walking through, you've got a little dining room, living room area, opens up into the kitchen. And these cabinets were in okay shape, they're actual wood. So we're gonna try to save them. We'll probably have them do a coat of stain on them and clean everything up and keep it pretty well in the same shape.
The floors in this place weren't really terrible. I would imagine we're just cleaning these up.
Yeah, just gonna clean them, keep them.
A new gray?
A new gray.
Paint coat, a new gray, simple. Baseboards, we'll probably clean them up, maybe hit them with a little white paint. Looks like we got tape on them.
And he is saying a new gray, that's the color, and we just painted it gray. A new gray.
A new, one word.
Color.
A-U-W,
Yeah.
that's right. All right, let's check out the bathrooms again. Bathroom, 3 bedrooms. So we ran wires, which Jason's doing now, to put ceiling fans in these bedrooms. Whenever you have lights in the bedrooms and fans that you can hit a switch versus having to go do the thing. It makes it so much more convenient. It raises the value of the property. People want to live in it. This bathroom actually looks pretty good. We painted it already. We really don't need to swap out the vanity or the toilet. You believe in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. We cleaned it up real nice. We'll probably fix that.
I mean, I don't love the roses on there, but the tile's in good shape.
Tile's in good shape. This is a rental, guys. We're not trying to rehab this thing to our liking. You just have to be able to get rent, right? So this, pretty basic, pretty simple house, which is great. Next, let's head down to the basement.
So it smells like dogs, and you can also see there were dogs chewing up their handrails.
Look at that. Does smell like dogs. Very much so. Running some electric, that's good.
100 wires, thank you, sir.
So our water heater's in good shape, guys. We're not gonna touch that. HVAC also looks like it's newer. Very cool. Plumbing stack. Always want to be cognizant of the plumbing stack. The house that we were just in next door, which we'll talk about at the end of this video and podcast, had barnacles coming off of it, and it was iron. This is PVC, so this will last an eternity. This iron will get you, maybe 80 to 100 years. So whenever you see new PVC, that means it's been updated, which is awesome. And then the last thing you want to look for in the basement typically is the electrical panel. This panel is newer, which is good. It has breakers, not fuses. The one next door has fuses. So this is good. We're not going to need to mess with this panel, which is awesome. They also have water down here, an electric 220 for washers and dryers. There's one over there actually in the corner. They did run lines along this wall, which is great. You don't typically see that. So they obviously use this as an office or a TV area. Having these basements here in St. Louis is super common. 95% of homes typically have basements, and whenever they're not done like this, and it's a rental, we just clean them up. Like, that's the goal. It's a bonus. They can do whatever they want with it. Some people even put bedrooms down here, but for us, we just want to make it clean, and it just adds extra square footage of living space for those tenants. Let's go outside, review numbers.
Let's talk about the numbers.
Yep, and then
Replace that door. So this door's all chewed up.
Yeah,
it's
this
a wood
door doesn't
exterior
look too
door.
good. So we'll fix the door. We'll put a new light on there because it's just rusted out. It looks like crap. All this stuff will get removed. I do like that we have this little pad right here.
In the water or the slope is away from the house,
Yep.
which is good.
Yep, always want to be up. That's great. Our condensing unit right here is actually in pretty decent shape.
All right, so like we said, we bought this one for $90,000. We're only going to have
80
to spend
plus another
80,000
15,
plus
95.
15. We only have to spend about 10 to 15. We might spend all 15.
But it'll
so
appraise
it's
for 120 plus. That's the thing. And we'll be all in at less than 80% of 120, which is awesome. What that means, and what that allows us to do, that allows us to borrow money from a private lender or a hard money lender, and we work with both. And they're going to lend us 100% of the purchase and the rehab, right? Sometimes they don't lend us 100% of the rehab. We have to use some of our money, but ideally we don't use any of our money, right? That's the coolest part. On this one, they lent us both. And in fact, the lender is the seller, right? Get creative. Just ask questions. If you never ask, the answer is always no. Like, that's a great lesson, right? The seller is the lender. And so not only did he say, here, change the deed from my name to your name, he gave us a check for 15 grand to fix the house up. Are
he's
you
a super
freaking
nice guy.
kidding me? This
Super
is
nice guy.
awesome.
I'm not laughing at him. Like, he just
No,
didn't want
not at all.
he didn't want it
Here's the
anymore.
thing. I'm
He's
not
a
saying
great
that in
guy.
a negative manner. This is a win-win. He doesn't want the property anymore. He's in the lending business. We said, let's solve two problems at the same time. Get rid of the property, lend some money, Mike. It's amazing.
Well, that's what I told Nick in our office earlier today.
Yeah.
Is I want problems.
We solve problems.
Find me problems, man. I want the problem properties because that's where we make our money. That's where we acquire that equity. That's where we get that equity. I already did.
Cool.
Already did.
All right, so we're
What
gonna
numbers you
hopefully get an appraisal around 120 to
25.
120. Yeah, I think 125. It's got a big basement.
Times 0.8.
Times 0.8. That puts us at 100,000. We borrowed 80 to buy it, 15 to fix it. That puts us at 95. If you include some closing costs and miscellaneous items,
Some interest.
and interest, right, we're basically going to be able to take 100% of that refinance and pay him back, use none of our own money. The cool thing is we have great relationships with banks, right? We've been doing this for about 4 years at scale with Burr, using this strategy. And we can essentially refinance this in 2 to 2.5 months, maybe 3 months. It won't have to wait 6 or 8. We don't necessarily have seasoning, which is amazing. So the amount of interest we're gonna pay on that $95,000 is gonna be like $2,000, not even, right?
Yeah,
It's gonna be
$2,000.
$2,000.
And why would the lender do that? Because we're going to give him another property to finance right after.
Right
this
after,
one.
we're gonna give all that money back and he's gonna give it to us to buy something else. It's amazing. All right, before we wrap up today, guys, the house across the way here, right? This blue one right here. We got a call on this 2 days ago from another investor wholesaler. and they said, hey, we got one on Molfany we want to sell you. I got confused thinking they were trying to sell us our house. For all of the emails that you guys were sending, I was like, what is going on here? Then I realized that it was a different house, and it was that one. Holy cow, right next door.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So we went and walked it, and I actually got a little video of it. Maybe we can splice it in there, send it over to the team, and see if we can do it. And it's basically a grandma house, right? It is, it's a hoarder, but here's the thing. It's like neatly hoarded.
It is.
Like there's, you know, but regardless, it is a hoarder house. It's a grandma house. It needs 25 grand worth of work. Coolest part is they're willing to sell it for around 50,000. This one needs 15 grand. We paid 80. That one's gonna need 25 grand. We're gonna pay 50. That's even gonna be a better deal, assuming we can buy it, than this one. They're both gonna appraise for 125,000.
That's the one we should have bought.
That's the one we should have bought. But here's the thing: we took the risk. We bought this one. It was an amazing
Well, the
deal.
risk. It was our lender partner.
And because we're
It's
out
great.
here and we're active in the field and we're networking with other investors, they want to work with us. We want to work with them, and hopefully we can get this thing under contract in the next 48 hours.
Yeah.
Mike?
What's cool is though, like Wes shows up. I pull into the house next door. Oh yeah, we bought that one. Yeah, we want that one, Wes. Like, talk about credibility right there too.
Love it.
Like, come on, man.
I
It's
love
awesome.
working with you, man.
Let's fucking buy it.
Let's buy this
Let's
one.
do
We
it.
already bought this one. We're gonna buy this one next. Adding rental properties to our portfolio is our favorite thing to do, guys. Come check us out live sometime at BurrMethodMastery.com. Thanks for listening.